Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here we have a couple quite interesting melons at Ben and Laura's house near Freiburg in Germany. Firstly, they had grown something here which looks a lot like a canary melon. This is the last melon of the year, end of September. They say the others were like 30% bigger, but still smaller than a normal canary melon. Then here we have what I think is a normal canary melon from one of the mainstream German supermarkets from Spain, but I took the one that looked the ripest. Then I took something that looked like a very unripe canary melon, which I suspected was one of the new varieties similar to canary melon, which they are selling around here, and I suspected that just the last couple fruits wandered in the canary melon box, but now I am not so sure about it. And then just for good measure, we added a teeny tiny lime melon also from Ben and Laura's garden, which is, definitely totally underdeveloped. So this one is a little bit underdeveloped, was the last one. This is the last lime melon, definitely very underdeveloped. Just because, we had the other melon, so why not add the lime melon? So let's look at them. The one they grow that looks like a canary melon, not exactly like the canary melon. The seeds inside quite translucent and enclosed in a jelly. This is what I think is the really ripe canary melon. The seeds are already, just with a couple fibrous remnants. And this one looks like a thing between both of them, but I think here it just got a hit one of the last days. That's why it's translucent here. Otherwise it would look a bit more like the normal canary melon. And here the lime melon, as I said, very small and underdeveloped, but at least it will be part of a video before this year's melon harvest from Ben and Laura's garden is completely consumed. So let's start first with this canary melon-like melon from Ben and Laura's garden. However, it is not a mere canary melon. It has a bit of a muskmelon smell, but only on the inside. Nothing on the outside. Absolutely nothing, but only on the inside. Tastes a lot more like a cantaloupe or Gallia melon than a canary melon. Totally looks like a canary melon, but tastes like a cantaloupe. Now, what I think is the normal canary melon, really ripe, whitish with a very slight tinge of pink, which my phone is not showing very well. No flavor at all. That means it's probably not hybridized, but could be still a original canary melon. Not a trace of flavor, but sweet and yet crunchy. Very good canary melon. I choose it quite well. Now this one, as I said, I choose it because I thought it would be something else. For if it is a canary melon, I would have assumed it's not completely ripe or something else is going on with it. Look at it. It is considerably paler in color. Now from the outside, no smell. From the inside, there's a very faint smell, so there could be some sort of hybridization with another melon. It is very sweet, what I didn't expect. Well, it is pretty sweet. It's definitely ripe. It's more tender even than the really dark one. I think that the canary melon variety has been hybridizing with a lot of other melons lately. So a lot of them are quite pinkish orangish inside and have a lot, not a lot of them, but a few are quite pinkish orangish inside and have some flavor. With this one I'm not totally sure. It's probably hybridized with some musk melon, because the Canary melons are from the subspecies inodoros, the smellless, the scentless melons. So this has a trace of scent. This is more interesting, like really, this has it looks like a Canary melon, but it totally tastes like a cantaloupe or like a Gallia. Okay, let's try the lime melon. Yeah, tastes sour, like a lime melon is supposed to taste. Not really limey, but as I said, this is a very underdeveloped one. Yeah, very interesting. I would say the most interesting is this one, definitely. The one that Ben and Laura grew, like looking like a Canary melon, but tasting like a cantaloupe melon. This is also pretty interesting. Very pale on the outside, but sweet and ripe on the inside. This not really interesting, but a good pick because it's really overripe. And yeah, the lime melon to round it all up. What do you think about those melons, folks? Especially about those two. What do you think they are? Especially this one. Really curious about it. Looking like one melon, but tasting like a completely different melon. Please tell me. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich collection of Ben and Laura. They have a great collection of rare fruits in their garden, and right now we have a great collection of rare fruits on the table, so stay tuned for a lot more videos from that. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.